Hey there, how are you guys? So this is going to be a part two. I want to continue this discussion with you guys. There are still some points that I left out of the first part of the video, and so I want to basically continue the discussion with you guys on this subject. This is going to be a part two on why exclusive titles are important, especially in the console market, especially in the gaming industry. So there are pretty much like other complaints, there's other arguments out there. People say about exclusive titles and how they're eliminating players from other platforms, how more people should play the game. And you're right. You are absolutely right. You are correct. You're not wrong about that. However, it would have been more, I guess, understandable if there was only one console on the market. But since that's not the case, that argument is kind of pointless. So would it be better if more people could play the game? Yes. But the problem is we live in an age where there's more than one platform and there's more than one console. There's 3 different companies competing against each other, so it wouldn't really necessarily work. So yeah, so these first-party studios, they have to make their money off of the hardware itself. They have to make their money off of the hardware, and they have to make their money off of the games, obviously, and well, stuff like that, you know, like, so that is why I believe that exclusives are important to consoles. You guys have to understand that Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, they do not care that people are complaining that there's exclusive titles when these types of games make money. You know, first-party games make a lot of money. They're like, it's been proven with Uncharted 4, it's been proven with Bloodborne. According to Uncharted 4, people are going to buy the game regardless. If it's exclusive or not, they know that players are willing to buy another console so they can play more games. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Because like until there's only one console on the market, then we can worry about putting every single game on one platform. But since that's never going to happen, no matter how much you complain about it, if first-party games, exclusive titles, they're going to keep on continuing, and there's nothing you can do about it or what we can do about it. So as long as the game is very appealing and very interesting and it just catches people's eye, they'll go out and buy that game, regardless if it's exclusive or second party, which is indie, or it's multi-platform. It doesn't really matter. Like, people are going to buy the game regardless. Like, if they have to, they're going to buy another console to play it. Like, that's pretty much the end of the discussion. Like, you just can't argue with those numbers that Uncharted 4 made. Like, you cannot argue with those numbers that Uncharted 4 made. You just can't argue with it at all. And people just need to recognize and realize that that's the simple reality, is that exclusives help move units of consoles. They help move units. You have to have both first-party and third-party games to help a console sell. It's always been the case for many decades. It's always been the case. It's never changed. So you guys have to remember that money talks, and as long as it's making Sony money, it's making Microsoft money, it's making Nintendo money, they don't care that people are complaining. You have to vote with your wallet if a game is any interesting or not. You have to vote on your wallet. You don't have to buy a PS4. You don't have to buy an Xbox One. You don't have to buy a Switch. You don't have to buy a Wii U. You don't have to buy anything. Nobody is forcing you to buy anything. There is one final point that I want to suggest, and I really do want to make this point. I just want to make this very, very clear that exclusivity is very, very important. There is a guy on YouTube that did an unboxing for Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 for the PlayStation 4. Okay? And he pretty much said during that unboxing that he is mostly an Xbox player, that he plays mostly Xbox. He just bought a PlayStation 4 just because this release came out. Same thing with 2.8, you know. This right here, you see that? Kingdom Hearts HD Final Chapter Prologue. This guy bought a PlayStation 4 for that game as well as this. And the reason why this is not yet, well, this doesn't have the disc inside is because the disc is still in my PlayStation 4, and because I've been playing it recently. I think that's it, guys. I pretty much said my piece, and I pretty much got all my points down on why exclusives are important to the gaming industry and why they are important to consoles. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I will be having my reviews for The Evil Dead, the original, 1981, as well as the Evil Dead, the 2013 remake. So yeah, look forward to that very, very soon, guys. If it's not, well, so if one of the reviews don't get uploaded today, they'll be uploaded tomorrow or the next day. So yeah, I'm working on scripts for them right now, and I've watched them a few times so I can kind of explain to you guys why I prefer the remake over the original, like I said, like in my confession video. So yeah, so that's going to be it. So hopefully this video helped you guys understand why exclusives do work and how they are necessary and how they move units of consoles and how, like, exclusivity makes consoles interesting. Because if you had the exact same game on every platform, that's not as interesting. Like who's gonna buy your specific machine if I can play it on one of these? Like, if you want people to specifically buy your machine, you have to have exclusive titles. Like no one's gonna buy your specific machine if they can play it on the console that they already own. Guys, you have to have common sense and think outside the box. You just have to do that. Because if you don't, you're not going to understand why exclusives are necessary in the gaming industry and gaming consoles. So yeah, that's going to be it, guys. So let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of exclusivity and how you handle exclusives. So until next time, everybody, take it easy, guys, and take care, everyone.